Hi, today what I want to talk about is what's the best way to work out how much to charge your customers. There's a few things you need to understand before you can get your pricing right and get your quotes right. So the first thing is you've got to have a target for how much money you want to be taking home every year. Secondly, you've got to have an awareness of how much money you're going to pay in tax on that take home pay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It might just be your overall tax rate's 25%. So you factor in 25% tax. Then thirdly, you've got to understand what your overheads are every year for that business. So once you've got those three components, the take home pay, the tax you're going to pay on it, and your overheads, you can then work out what you call your contribution. So the contribution is the amount that you need to pay your taxes, pay yourself, and pay your overheads. And contribution is the amount of money you're trying to make to cover all those things. So once you've got that annual contribution figure, the next thing you're trying to do is understand how many jobs a year or how many days a year you can physically work on client work and supporting the team to deliver client work. So if you know you can do like 100 jobs a year and you know the contribution you need is 150,000, then what you need to do is then divide that 150 of contribution over the 100 jobs. And that means you've got to make £1,500 per job. And that's the cost that's got to go in when you're working out the price on something. Once you know what you've got to bill for your management time on that job, then the rest of it can just be done at cost. So if you're buying materials and it's £10 for those materials or £30 for that software, you don't need to make a markup on it because you're already making all your markup in your management time. Same with members of staff who are working directly for customers. If you know that after you pay their employers' national insurance, everything, they're working out £21 an hour, just put them in at £21 an hour. Don't mess about with adding a 25% markup or margin or anything on that. That just gets done at cost because you're always making money on your management fee. This is a really important way to do it, in my opinion, because it means you'll have consistent profits based on the amount of energy and time a customer takes rather than the size of the job, because the size of the job isn't always proportional to the amount of energy and time. So if you do that, that means you'll have more people saying yes to your quotes and you will end up with the right level of profit rather than undercharging. So that's the best way to do it.